so everybody can see him. It is an honor and a pleasure to introduce you to Norman Karlin. My first year at the fair, I was overwhelmed and nervous, and for some of you that's probably hard to believe, but I was introduced to Norm and told that he could help me. He was nice, but more than that, he was fun and ornery to a level that even I could enjoy. He helped me with some fun, practical jokes on some coworkers, and I knew I'd met a kindred spirit. Then amazingly and humbly, he brought me his timesheet. That's when I found out he was mine. Let me tell you a little bit about him, a little background. He spent a good part of his adult life at Midwest Feed in Hutchinson, Kansas. He's a country boy from Ellis County. He came to Hutchinson in 1947 to study accounting at the Salt City Business College. Then he applied at Midwest Feed. He says the owner was looking for two good men, one to go to the elevator in St. John and the other one to run the feed mill on Avenue B. Norm, he knew the difference between oats, barley, wheat, and rye, so he got to go to the feed mill. He learned the business from the ground up, beginning with scooping feed together and delivering it to customers. Eventually, he got to start working on their books. After a year, they offered to sell him some of the company's stock. And in 1972, he and his wife, Lucille, took over as sole owners. Norm Karlin has been involved with the Kansas State Fair for over 20 years. And when I say involved with, that's such an inadequate term to describe his contribution to our event. Even though he's mine, he participates in the success of every department. He carries a wealth of what I call intellectual capital in his head that is of immeasurable value. We in the office refer to his jobs as paid volunteerism. We know that if we had more people helping the fair like Norm, we'd probably only need about half the number. Norm himself is innovative, but always open to others' thoughts and ideas every year. He's consistently looking for better ways to accomplish our tasks. He uses the same level of patience and respect when asked to explain the origin of the job as he does in listening to a new idea. And Norm, he still knows the difference between oats, barley, wheat, and rye. It would be hard for me to think of a better deserving person for this award. He owes me for all these nice words. But anybody that knows him or knows me knows that there'll be some evening going on. Congratulations, Norm. Don't forget, the words you're getting ready to say are an acceptance, not rebuttal. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Sue. Part of what you said is true. Some of that is just a figure of her imagination. But I'm up here, my heart is really pounding, and my knees are bowing. But this is one of the greatest moments of my life. But there's so many people that I ought to thank, but I'm not going to name all of them. But Elmer Denning, who was the assistant manager, he gave me a call, and he said, Norm, I have a job for you before you turn into a couch potato that I think you will enjoy. So I went to talk to him. I went to talk to Elmer Denning, and he says, Ralph Ross, our outdoor exhibit chairman, is 85 years old, and he's going to retire in about 2 years. We need a backup, a trainee to take his job. And at that point in my life, 85 years was old, and I mean old. But Ralph was a great individual. He had a good sense of humor. One of the replies that he made when somebody asked him how many people work at the fair, he would say about half. Since we were a two-man team, I assumed I was a half that was doing all the work. The first day that I was on the job with Ralph, by mid-morning, we got a call to go out to the prison to pick up some printing. And while you're out in the back, you might as well pick up some baskets at the post office. It didn't take me long to realize that all this painting and marking we were doing was just to keep us occupied while we were waiting for our next assignment. And where do these assignments come from? They come from the ladies in the office. And my wife used to refer to them as Norm State Fair Herald. The State Fair has been a wonderful opportunity, regardless of rain, wind, dust, sunny skies. But starting with setup, continuing to tear down. No two fairs are alike, or no two days are the same. There's always something new, something exciting going on, and that is the reason men and women work until they're 85 or older. There are so many people I need to thank, but I want to thank you for this opportunity, for this great award. And the Kansas State Fair is indeed a wild ride, baby. And I do thank you.